Takydromus sexlineatus is my extreme vertebrate. This is the Asian grass lizard, six-striped, long-tailed grass lizard, or long-tailed grass lizard. They are native to Southeast Asia, kept as pets worldwide. They're very common pets. They're not threatened or endangered, thankfully. They are very adaptable to plantations and agricultural disturbances, which is good because there's a lot of disturbance in the areas that they typically live. And they are insectivorous, so they are going to mostly be eating insects and not really anything else due to their size. Mostly they live in grassy areas, so open fields and things like that, but they will also live in areas around trees where there is low shrubbery and ground cover that they can hide in. They are very fast runners, but that's not actually their extreme trait. As far as related species, we do have other lineages of Takydromus, but they're also closely related to Lacertilia, which is going to include the bearded dragons. They're kind of the most averagey looking lizards in that group. They're going to have average blades, so they're not super strong or super weak. They're sort of slender bodies, sort of the longer shape. They live on the ground. When you think of a lizard, this is probably sort of like the shape that you're thinking. They look very generic, just lizardy lizards. Nothing super special about them. Takydromus does tend to have a longer tail, and then we get to our long-tailed grass lizard, which has like an obviously long tail. They also have very long legs. They're very slender. That tail can be 3 times their body length or longer, so up to about 5 times as the longest that they are. Typically, these lizards are 12 centimeters from bent to nose when they're fully grown. So that tail is going to be about 36 centimeters. So they're all tail. And they are capable of tail autotomy. So the full length of that, if they haven't autotomized before, can autotomize, which is an awful lot of tail. The tail is actually thought to contribute to their locomotion. And so one of the studies that I looked at, they were actually looking at robot locomotion and how they could use the way that this lizard moves with its tail, because it does like the kind of like sinusoidal thing, and it has actual standing waves when it's running, with nodes located at the legs, but then it has nodes along the tail as well, where it gets that standing wave motion where it's going to have predictable movement, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they have the longest tail to body length ratio, which is what makes them extreme. Look at that tail.